Okay, good morning. This is going to be our Wednesday, April 8th meeting for Unit 5, Week 3. You guys are going to start off with going to Class Dojo and finding our PDF file that says our schedule. For today, Wednesday, we had our meeting. Today, for the first 10 minutes, we played our Zoom game. And today's game, we did charades, and that was super fun. For our ELA lesson today, you guys are going to be going into your big book, and you guys will be reading Brave Bessie, and then going into your CRC and doing your CRC workbook pages. Your CRC is your closed reading companion, which you guys brought home. Let me show you guys Connect Ed. So for Connect Ed, to find Brave Bessie, you guys are going to be going to read. And then remember, if you do not have your CRC for some reason, all of those papers are going to be in Connect Ed for you guys. So you guys will go to your website, click on read, and then right here is going to be the story. So right here is Brave Bessie. So you're going to click on that, and then right next to Brave Bessie is going to be the reread, and this will be your CRC pages. So if you click here, this will take you to Brave Bessie. And then if for some reason your reading app isn't opening, I'm going to show you all the pages, and you can pause and read them as needed. So Brave Bessie. So if you're on YouTube and for some reason you can't find these pages, you can pause the YouTube video and then read it that way. If you guys have it, then you guys can click on these audio buttons, and then it will actually read the story for you. Once you're done with the story, you're gonna read about the author and the illustrator, and then you're gonna go back, and then you can do your CRC pages either online or in your workbook. It doesn't matter. Ms. Dominguez and I will not be checking these. So you're doing page 147, 148, and 149. If you have questions, if you're not sure about the answers, please reach out to us and we can go through it with you guys tomorrow. So just let us know what you need help with. The next thing you are going to be doing for today is going to be your Math Topic 12 review, okay? You need to review all of your workbook pages because tomorrow is going to be your test. There's going to be 2 math assessments online tomorrow, so make sure you guys are doing the practice test online. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Let me show you guys really quick where to go. So you're going to go to the Whitman website if you don't have your Chromebook and you don't have it bookmarked. You're going to click on Students, Pearson Math Student Sign On, and then you'll log into your account. And then as soon as you guys log into your account, you guys should see under Classes that review. Now remember, you guys can go back to browse and look through all of the different videos. So here's your practice test for today. If you guys have any questions about the math, we can go over that with you guys. We want to help you guys with whatever you need. And then what we can do maybe is we can send your parents the answers to the test. So let me write myself a little note so that I remember to do that for you guys. The next thing you guys have is going to be your reading. So enjoy your reading time, and then you have your PE. And then math, let me write math review. And then for science, all you guys need to do is complete your science test for today. You guys have no science for the next 2 days. So what you do for your science test is you're gonna go to Google Classroom. And then once you guys go to Google Classroom, you're gonna click on your classroom's link. So for Ms. Parks, it's gonna be right here, and you'll notice it's gonna be the first thing that I just posted today. You're gonna click on that Google form, and it's gonna take you to your test. Ms. Dominguez's class, you guys have the same thing. You're gonna go to Ms. Dominguez's class, and then you'll see the same test, and you guys are gonna be taking your assessments and then submitting your answers, okay? Make sure it is a test, so we want you guys to do this independently. You can study before the test, but not during the test, okay? The next thing you guys have is your writing. Again, complete either in Google Classroom under your selfie writing assignment, or create any writing prompt in your own journal or notebook. Try to write at least 1 informational, 1 opinion, or 1 narrative each week. Okay, make sure your paragraphs are 4 to 6 sentences minimum. And then again, on Spelling City, you'll take your practice spelling test, your practice vocabulary test, and then under Connect Ed, you guys will go to grammar, mechanics, and words to know. And you guys should know how to go to all of those places. If you're not sure where they are, then look back at some of our previous videos where we go over all of those things. Okay, so that is your guys' lesson for today. What I want to do now is I kind of want to go over your math test with you guys so you guys have a better understanding of what you will be needing to do for your math test. So I'm actually even going to show you guys what your math test is going to look like. So let me log into my own account. And then I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of what that test is going to look like for you guys. Topic 12, geometry. And then you guys have your online topic test. So here's your sneak peek at your math test for this week. So which of the following describes this solid figure? So we have flat surfaces and vertices. Remember, vertices are those like points. Don't think of a vertice as like, let's say that these points were really sharp. Those are the points that are going to poke you. Okay, so how many vertices? And then flat surfaces are how can you lay the cube down on your table, and then will it stay without rolling, okay? The next one is going to be, what is the name of the solid figure? So what is the actual name for that figure? We have how many edges, and edges are going to be like those solid lines. It's what, when two vertices, it's what connects those two vertices. So this would be an edge right here. There's another edge here, another edge here. So you guys would count all of the edges. Which solid figure has a flat surface that is a circle? So then what that means is if you were to trace that flat surface, a circle would come out. Okay, so which of those would you be able to trace and it will come out as a circle? And I'm gonna give you guys a just like a little tidbit of information. You guys might think it's a sphere because a sphere is like a ball, and obviously when we think of balls, they're circles, but spheres do not have any flat surfaces. There's no way that it would continue to roll because there's no areas that will remain completely flat on the ground. Which solid figure has only flat surfaces that are squares? So if you were to put it on any side, it would only make squares if like you pushed it into like a bunch of Play-Doh or something. Which plane shape would you draw by tracing the flat surface of a cone? So this is the flat surface. What would that create? How many sides will a shape with 4 vertices have? Again, remember, vertices are those points. And so remember, that would be a 2D shape, okay, not a 3D shape. What is the name of this polygon? So remember, you can count the edges and the vertices, and that will help you understand what is the name of the polygon. Remember that triangles, tri means 3, hexagon, hex means 6, quadrilateral, quad means 4, and then pentagon, pentagon means 5. How many vertices does a shape have? Again, it's going to be those edges or those sharp points. Pamela cut this triangle into 4 smaller triangles, which shows the shapes Pamela made. So if she's cutting this triangle into 4 smaller triangles, then whatever she makes needs to be triangles. So you're looking for the shapes that have only triangles in it. Ruth cut a square into 2 equal parts. What 2 shapes might she have made? So think of a square, and if you cut it into equal parts, if you want for this question, you can draw a square on a separate sheet of paper, and then, or cut out a square, or if you have a square, and then fold it, and then you guys can see a better way of what those 2 shapes might have been. Jane cut her brownie into 4 equal parts, which shows the shape Jane made. And so remember, if they're going to be 4 equal parts, then everyone gets the same share, and there needs to be enough for 4 different people. Which shape am I? Some of my flat surfaces are triangles, so it needs to have flat surfaces that are over a triangle. And remember, I talked about a sphere having no flat surfaces, so it can't be A. You cannot trace my flat surfaces to make circles. I'm so sorry, circles. So there are flat surfaces that are triangles, but none of them would make a circle. The next one, who am I? I only have 1 flat surface, so just 1. My flat surface is a circle and it only has one vertex, so 1 point only. Which shape am I? I do not have any flat surfaces. I do not have any vertices. So no points, no flat surfaces. Can't make any shapes in Play-Doh. How many squares cover the rectangle? So how many squares do you see there? Benna counted rows of squares in his rectangle by adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8, which could be Bina or Benna's rectangle. So if he's counting his rows of squares, he needs to be able to count like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and then there needs to only be a total of 8, okay? And so like basically what it's saying is that there is only going to be 8 squares. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. If not, let us know. Jamie divided this rectangle into 4 equal shares. How many squares are in each share? So if he divides them into 4 equal shares, so think of it as, okay, Jamie wants to give it to 4 friends. So Jamie gets some, Miss Park gets some, Miss Dominguez gets some, and you get some. So how many squares will each person get? So how many squares will Miss Park get? How many squares will Miss Dominguez get? How many squares will Jamie get? And how many will you get? Okay, hopefully that helps you guys understand this question a little better. So you're dividing them up between 4 people, and then how many squares will each person get? And then remember, you can click on these. If you're having trouble reading some of these questions, it will read the questions for you.
Jamie divided this rectangle into 4 equal shares. How many squares are in each share?
2 more questions on this one, and then I'll show you the next test. Awan divided a rectangle into 4 equal shares, which cannot be Awan's rectangle. So he needs to have 4 equal shares. So think of it as 4 different people. So here in A, Awan got 1, Miss Dominguez got 1, Miss Park got 1, and you got 1. So this is 4 equal shares. So this is a correct answer. So this could be his, but so we're looking for the one that could not. Okay, so we know it's not A because that is 4 equal shares. So you guys are gonna have to look through these and see which one would not be able to you would not be able to share with 4 people. And then the last question on this one is, Pamela divides this rectangle into 2 equal shares. How many squares are in each share? Okay, so basically you're looking at this like Hershey bar, and you want to split it up between 2 people evenly. So 1 for you and 1 for your teacher. So how many would you get and how many would your teacher get if it was going to be even? So that is going to be your online topic 12 test. I showed you guys all the questions. So if you have any questions about any of them, let us know. The next test you guys are going to take is the digitally enhanced one. Now, the reason why I went here is because I'm on my teacher page. You guys will go under classes and you'll see it under classes. But since I'm the teacher, I don't, you guys won't see all of this yet. So that's just why I'm going over here. So don't look here, always look under classes. So for your digitally enhanced topic test, this only has 8 questions, super quick. Which of these are hexagons? Choose the 2 shapes that are hexagons. Now, make sure you guys are clicking 2 shapes. Some of you guys might only click 1 and you will not get this answer correct, okay? You need to click on 2. Remember, hex means 6. 6 sides, 6 vertices, which describes the parts of the shape. So how many are here? So just a little quick update. So remember, if you had 4 shares, that would be fourths. If there was only 2 here, that would be halves. If there was only 3 here, that would be thirds. And if there was only 2 here, then that would be 2 wholes. Okay, so if you guys need a refresher on halves and wholes and how to like figure out fractions, that will be in one of your lessons, and you guys can rewatch that video. Choose the shape with 4 equal sides and 4 equal angles. So it not only doesn't need, all of these are quadrilaterals. All of them have 4 sides and 4 angles, but you need to find the one that has equal sides and equal angles. That means all the sides are the same length and all the angles are the same like degree. So they would all need to be 90 degree. Next question, choose the solid figure that have faces or flat surfaces that you could trace to make the circle. So you're going to choose all of the ones that can make a circle. Now remember, a sphere, when you trace it, cannot make a circle. If you were to push a sphere into a bunch of Play-Doh or like wet sand, it's not gonna create a perfect circle. It's gonna create more of like a little dip or a hole. So the sphere would not be a correct answer. So you need to find all of them that would have the circle as a shape, a flat surface. Match each shape with one of its attributes. Drag the attributes to the shapes. Not all attributes have matches. So there's 5 attributes and there's only 4 shapes. So you're only gonna match 4 with these 4. So a hexagon, remember we said 6. So you would drag it. A pentagon, we said 5, so I'm gonna just give you guys all these answers. A triangle would be 3, and then a quadrilateral would be 4. So the one that would not be there is 8, and I believe 8, just like an octopus has 8 legs, would be an octagon. So that would be the shape for the 8 sides, which we are not using for this test. Next one, which of these is a cube? So find the shape that is a cube. Next one, Leanne divides a rectangle into equal shares. She counts 4 squares in each row, and then a row is going to be this way, okay? So think of rows like an ocean. When you row your boat across the ocean, you wanna go straight. And then a column, think of like the columns, like if you guys have ever seen columns at like, at like those fancy restaurants, or a column in front of like a nice house, they go up and down, okay? So think rows go side to side like a boat, row, row, row your boat, you're going side, and the columns going up and down, because think of like those high columns you might see at like a museum or something. So which one would have 4 squares in a row and then 2 in a column, okay? And then the last question is, each shape is divided into 2 parts. Are the parts of the two shapes the same size? Tell how you know. So you will be writing in this one, okay? So you can type here. So each shape is divided into 2 parts. So 1, 2. So 1 for Ms. Dominguez, 1 for you, 1 for Ms. Dominguez, 1 for you. Are the parts of the 2 shapes the same size? So are they getting equal amounts? So you could write yes. They are getting the same amount, because in the first shape, they each get 4 equal squares. And in the second shape, they also get 4 equal squares. You could write something similar to that, and I would consider that correct. You can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 for you, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ms. Dominguez, 1, 2, 3, 4 for you, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ms. Dominguez. So even though the shape is not the same that you get, you're getting the same amount. It's equal amounts, okay? So those are going to be your assessments for math tomorrow. You have your science test, which we reviewed yesterday, so you guys can look back at that video. If you guys have any questions, you guys can stay on, and I believe that's it. So enjoy the rest of your guys' day. I am going to post in a little bit a video on how you guys can separate your screens so that you guys can play Kahoot with us tomorrow, because Kahoot will be our game that we play for tomorrow. It'll be a short game because you do for tomorrow have your practice comprehension, so you guys will need to have that copy of, let's see, for tomorrow. For tomorrow, you guys will need Heroes Among Us. That's going to be your practice test. So if you have it printed, awesome. You'll need your highlighter and your pencil. If you don't have it printed, no worries. Just follow along with our Zoom lesson, okay? Have a great day, guys. I'm going to let you guys say bye, and then those of you who have questions can stay on. Let me end.